All right, well, today we're going to be playing Star Wars, the D6 version of Star Wars, which has been around for 20 plus years, maybe 30-ish years, and we have three player characters. But in all Star Wars movies, we start beginning in the action, so that's how we'll do it. First of all, we have an establishing shot as we see a place known in 1313, which is a level in Coruscant. And 1313 is a scummy place. It was one of the many levels built thousands and thousands of years ago, and was kind of left behind for all the dregs of the species who could not get off of the planet. 1313 is run mostly by criminal organizations, and our three stalwart heroes, who are also freelancers and probably not terribly heroic, have been asked to infiltrate WAGS. So WAGS runs a noodle bar, which hardly ever makes money, but for some reason always stays open. There are a lot of thugs and the like who seem to hang out. You see down here, it's got a little bar open to the public, and then you can actually go inside the restaurant. There's a second story as well. You can kind of see that it's got some entertainment type stuff, but no dancers, believe it or not. But this is a place which is pretty rough and tumble, and the three of you have been asked to try to infiltrate this place and get the data spools, because there's a strong suspicion that WAG stays open because he is in deep with Mosca the Hutt, who is your sworn enemy, or vice versa, since you killed his uncle, Tal and Aola. All right, so that is the area where we have our establishing shot, and so the three of you, as we quickly will go into a map here, you can see what the noodle bar looks like. I'll just drag this over here. So we have a 3-level bar all in all. So the first question I have is, Deck, how did you get the information on what the second and third stories of Wag's Noodle Bar, what the general layout was of the place, especially since here on the 3rd level, that's where Wags actually lives, Wags the Deveronian?
Well, a good buddy of mine actually is a card dealer at the back tables there. So he, in exchange for a couple of drinks, let me know exactly what was going on upstairs.
Nice. All right. So yeah, what we have here is on the second story area, sabacc tables, and then some couches set up around a very expensive holovid display, and then a balcony kind of looks over. This is the picture that we have here as we saw it before. So this is built to scale. It's kind of like a seedy San Francisco type deal. So when we pick up, where is the establishing shot where we see our little splicer, the Twi'lek, known as oh, you don't see the layout? Okay, let me share it with you real quick then. Will, I'll drop into the chat our link. Here you go. Awesome. So hopefully you can pick it up now and see it on your own computer. Awesome. So Tal, when we have establishing shot, where do we pick up and see Tal? I imagine he's probably somewhere on the map. Where do we see him?
Oh, I guess I would be in the balcony.
Cool. Okay, so you're on the balcony.
Yeah, I'll be in the balcony somewhere.
All right, so you're on the second story, which kind of overlooks the main street. You can see that you can look down and see there's some other people. When we see Tao, he's up on the balcony. There are a couple of other folks here. There's an Exarchi, who's the folks that have like the weird horns, like they're not Leku, but they're like the two type of appendages that come down over their chest, over their shoulders and chest, and have horns sticking out the bottom. One of those guys is there, as well as a near human. He's got some weird kind of bluish cast to his skin. The second story, how did you enter here, Tal? Like, did you have a connection, or is it just one of those things where you kind of walked your way in?
I mean, I know a few people here, not real good. human by the name of Poro.
What? Can you spell that for me? How's it?
I'll put that in the chat.
Okay, cool. Oh, Poro. Nice. Okay.
Kind of just knows a little information. I guess the spice trade and stuff. That's kind of where I've run into him a little bit.
Oh, okay. Spice trader. Awesome. So is he a spice dealer?
Not like a street dealer, but more big, like bulk. But yes, where you'd get the large.
Okay, so he's like a mover. Okay.
Yeah.
Flyer. All right, and so you're up on the balcony, and you know that somehow you've got to get in here. So there are one thing as a splicer to get these data pools. One thing that you notice is, of course, the easy steal from a place like this is most places are going to have everything tied in together. You could go in through basically the matrix or the same system that has them hooked into the hub, the central hub for all of your utilities, water, grid, hookup for power, and your main data feeds. That would be the easiest place to kind of slip in. You've already found that going in that easy back door, there was nothing. In fact, the thing about it that was weird is that it's not just nothing. Like there are no traces of money whatsoever, and pretty much every other restaurant up and down this row, they're running most of their stuff through the Republic secure feeds for transactions for credits. So whatever kind of money is moving in and out of this place is being done through another access terminal or something else entirely. So you've got to figure that out. Aola, when we jump in with an establishing shot for where she is, where will we see Aola in regards to the bar and the noodle bar here?
So I think we pick up with Aola at one of the sabacc tables.
Nice. Okay, so the sabacc tables, this isn't like a high roller type joint. This is mostly mid-level thugs. At best, is Aola there gambling on her own? Did she work her way in with someone else?
How are your gambling skills, Dak?
They're not fantastic, but I can hold my own.
Yeah, then totally with Dak.
Awesome. So that's where the two of you are. Are you on? I'm sorry, table 1 or table 2?
Table 1.
Totally table 1. Always.
That's where my buddy's the dealer.
Okay. Your buddy's the dealer. What's your buddy? Do you have a name for him, or do I need to grab one?
Just grab one random. I don't have a name generator.
Okay, that is quite all right. I had a name generator, and here we go. He's a Keldor, and his name is Dorn Tlo. I will throw that into the chat. Dorn Tlo. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's move some quick die rolls before everything goes wrong.
What are you talking about? It's fine.
No. So again, in the Star Wars D6 system, we roll a pool of 6-sided dice, and it looks like my PDF is going to. There we go. Thank God. Whew. Was scary for a second, guys. I thought my PDF was going to crash, and then I would not know how to run this game because it's a 500-page book. This is the Star Wars D6 ReUP, which is the revised, expanded, and updated edition of the Star Wars D6 system that I cut my teeth on way, way, way back in the 90s, a long time ago. It's been a long time since I played it, and there are a few rules tweaks here. But what you do is you take a series of 6-sided dice, a pool of 6-sided dice, and you'll be rolling against a target number that I set. So I would like to see a gambling roll here, so we kind of establish this, just to set the scene. How well is deck doing against the 3 others, one of which is a Toydarian, who's a hell of a card shark. You don't want to play sabacc against a Toydarian. So let's see. I am having trouble finding the gambling skills. Give me just a moment. Keeps throwing me into the text search is not going to help me. That's okay. All right, so I've got my little printout of difficulties I want to see. I think it is a moderate difficulty, so I'm going to set a difficulty of 12. So let's jump over to your character sheets real quick here, and let's see how deck is set up for gambling. Let's see, gambling. Gambling defaults under one of your main skills. That's what I was trying to grab really quick. Any of you guys have gambling? I thought
Perception.
Perception. Thank you. There it is. Aeola's the gambler. Oh, you should have reversed those rolls. All right. So, perception roll for deck. You would be rolling. You have a die pool of 3, so you're rolling 3d6.
I'm surprised that you guys have such high dice pool values. Mine are kind of junk.
You didn't buy skills, dear.
Oh.
Oops.
That's part of your problem. You should have 7 skill points automatically plus whatever your advantages, disadvantages gave you.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you took any advantages or disadvantages, so.
I took 1 disadvantage.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, there it is. You got 7. So he has 9 dice to spend?
Sorry, all right, I'll do that after.
Yeah, you can do that as we're going. So let's go ahead and we'll give you a straight perception roll here. And I do not think we have a helping roll. Awesome. So let's see, you roll 3 6-sided dice. You add all of them up. Now, here's the thing. With Star Wars D6, one of those dice needs to be a wild die. A wild die can add some interesting complications or some super benefits. So what you'll have to do within, we're going to be using Dice Stream, is if you're rolling 3 6-sided dice, just go ahead and roll one separately. So roll 2 dice, and then you'll roll your 3rd die. So every time you have a die pool, one of those dice will be your wild die.
Okay. So then I guess the first one will be our wild die.
If you want, just you tell me which one. Like you can either roll 2, pause, and then roll the 3rd. You can roll all 3, but you say whichever one is farthest to the left is your wild die. I don't care. That's really your call. The way that it works is that you add all of those up, but the wild die, if it's a 1, then I may tell you to throw out your highest die, or I may throw a weird complication in. Yeah, it's going to be a complication. And if you roll a 6, it's an open-ended, so you'd roll that 6 again, and you'd add all that together.
All right.
Cool. So
then let's call the one on the left the wild die.
Awesome. Okay, so the one on the left is the wild die. All right. So let's see. Your difficulty was an 11. You've got 5, 1, and 2. That is an 8. No wild die complications for you, but generally a failure. You are in pretty heavy at this point. You have lost a total of 400 credits. Oh, by the way, I didn't answer on the security kit and code cylinder and portable computer. Mm-hmm. Let's say that the portable computer you've got with you because you would need it for your job. Your security kit and code cylinder, yeah, okay. I think those are fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. And by the way, Aeola, I didn't see any equipment that have been purchased if you need to throw some on.
Oh gosh, I forgot about that. My bad.
No problems. Okay, so yeah, you're in for 400 credits at this point, and that's not good. How much? Let's see. I think at that point I'm going to roll a percentile. That's how I'm going to determine how much of your money has just been sunk away on this little work, because you're not. I'm going to roll 1 percentile. I think I can do that. 31. Sweet. So you've lost 1/3 of your current funds in the 400 credits. This is, you're banking heavy on this this being a successful run. You're supposed to be making a few thousand credits. But you just lost 400 at this point. The Toydarian, he's raking it. He's got his little wings flopping, and he reaches across the pot. His big belly kind of hangs over the sabacc table. And he's, oh, I love working with you guys. What was your name again, little human?
Deck kind of pauses for a moment. He's not feeling too good about losing those credits, and he says, name is Chris.
What was he said? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that part.
The name is Chris.
Chris. That's an interesting name there, little one. He's calling you little, but he's like a third your size. Just so cool. So he looks over at the Keldorn. Dorntlo just kind of shakes his head like, man, this guy's a dick. And he starts dealing out some more cards. Sabak is about a 72-card deck, and there are a bunch of crazy symbols. And we're not going to get into the rules because that's like talking about Star Trek chess. Like, seriously, it's super complicated. And people have actually come up with Sabak as a game, and we're not playing that. So we'll skip back outside. I want to like, okay, so Aola, how you saw that he was going down. Why is it that that you didn't tell Deck not to bet on that last round?
Are you kidding? Like, this is way more convincing than if we were both winning. It's fine, because, you know, I'm getting his money too, so really, he's not losing it. It's just his pride
I
getting
think I
hurt.
misunderstood. So AO is there at the table as well. I thought you were saying you were on his arm. So, like, you're
Oh, no.
gambling too? Give me a roll. Let's see how this is going for the next round, and then we'll skip over and see how Tal's doing outside.
Okay, let me get back to it here. So, it's not an additional wild die, it's just one of the dice you are rolling as a wild die.
Correct. One of
Got
the
it.
dice you're rolling. Another thing that you can do is you started with at least one character point. Everybody should have a character point. I don't think we actually put that on the character sheet. I apologize. I should have caught that. So you have character points and you have force points as well. A character point actually acts like experience points. You can use it to get better at things, or you can burn it right now and give yourself extra dice to roll on something that really matters to you. So we'll need to throw those in as another couple stats when we get.
I'm throwing it in the advantages, disadvantages block for right now.
Makes sense. Yeah, we'll just give everybody one character point to start with, and there will be one force point for a buddy deck.
Easy peasy. And one force point. Force point. One. Got it. Done and done. Alright, I'm going to roll some dice. It'll be the leftmost die for the wild die. So I just add them all together. Oh, shoot. So that happened.
How many dice do you have for gambling? 6D? My goodness. Oh, it's awesome.
She rolled a 15.
You rolled a
Yeah,
15.
but the first one's a 1.
Okay, but yeah, your wild die was a 1. So what I'm going to say is that throw out your next highest die and the 1 and count up the rest.
Okay, so that one goes away.
As does your 1.
That one go away.
Cool. I think you
It's 10.
just failed. You just failed. Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
I'm letting him win. Yeah, that's totally what I'm doing.
Totally what are you doing? So the next
Okay,
round
that's
is Darian. He starts raking in some more credits, and you are in. We'll do a quick percentile for you as well. Oh man, you just lost a third of your current holdings as well. So it's another 500 credit pot. So let's skip out to. This is going badly for you guys. I love it.
Better than us,
Star
Will,
Wars,
please.
everybody's playing cards. No. So we'll skip out to Tal. So Tal, you're outside with Poro, your little spice mover supplier buddy. We'll say he's just to kind of combo stuff up. I like he'll be the near human who is already out on the balcony and he'll say, Tal, you got a lot of nerve going around here after what you pulled with Bodak.
Not necessarily by choice, but yeah. Sometimes you got to go where the jobs are.
Are you here to meet somebody?
Just kind of looking around. There might be someone coming by.
All right, man. Well, if you're looking for any work as muscle, I've got some stuff that I need to move about 100 levels up. Give me a ring.
I'll definitely keep you in mind. Might be looking for some work soon.
Cool. All right. So Poro just kind of leans over the balcony and he watches, and there's I forget the species, so let me very quickly, Pooja Doan, the Chagrian, who's the guy with he's got two horns, but one horn's broken in half. He's all blue-skinned alien. He's walking by, and he gives Pooja a quick wave. And you're left to your devices on this level, but you've already kind of snooped around, and this level has the sabacc tables, the couches, really not much else going on. It's kind of an entertainment level. There's a door that leads up to what you know is Wag's personal living space. That door's not necessarily coded for you. What do you want to do?
We're trying to get data spool, which would require me to hack in, correct?
Yep.
I don't necessarily want to go to his personal living space, but that probably would be the best way to hack in.
Certainly would.
I'm gonna, at some point, make eye contact with Aola just so she knows kind of where I'm headed, and I'm gonna go
You
upstairs.
could do more than that. You guys are twins. You could totally have.
Yes, you're right.
What do you tell her?
I will tell her, gonna check for, not a data jack, that's Shadowrun, but look for a place to hack upstairs. Be back soon, hopefully.
Okay, so if you guys look at the map, I'll just jump over so we're all looking at it. So as you look at the map, both Aola and Deck are here. It's about table 1. You just come in from the balcony, Tal, and you're going to be heading up, which means you got to go kind of walk in front of the holovid display and get yelled at by several thugs. And now if you want to go up these stairs, there's a door, and it's closed. And everybody knows that's where Wags lives. So how do you plan on trying to get your way up that door? Aola, you've caught on to this. You had your conversation with your brother, so you know that he's going to have to try to make his way upstairs. What do?
I'm gonna try to use my code.
Dex got an
cylinder.
idea. He had a kind of idea, but now he's more desperate to try it out. If it may cause a bit of a distraction for you. Dex gonna cheat, and he's gonna be big.
He's gonna cheat?
Yeah, he's gonna cheat at Savak, and he's gonna bet huge.
Nice.
In an attempt to draw attention to everyone.
That sounds awesome. I love that. Okay, so let's see. What would be a good one for that? I think
he's gonna try and sneak in a card.
Oh, beautiful. All right, so now you've gotten everybody's attention. You're going all in, kind of Texas Hold'em, going all in on this. Aola, are you gonna fold out of this thing, or?
I think it's one of those so she's communicating with her brother, and looks down and sees this pile of chips, and she's looks back to Jack what the hell are you doing?
You're off script.
I need this money.
Oh my God! Clearly. How big is the pot getting? Are other people folding?
I'm going to say that everybody but our Toydarian is folding at the moment, but he's laughing oh man, you're delivering even more money to me, little one. This is great.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
His name is Hajix.
Hajix?
Hajix is the Toydarian's name.
Oh God. I'm kind of impulsive, so I think we're gonna stay in.
Nice.
Whoa.
Sweet. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Adam, as Deck, I want you to first make a stealth roll, and the difficulty is the difficulty for the Toydarian is what you're rolling against. However, if Aola was to catch wind of what's going on, she'll need to roll a perception, and you guys can have an opposed roll.
Fun.
I know, exciting. So go ahead and roll your stealth deck. And so the difficulty against the Toydarian, I'm going to say that I'm going to call it a 13, nice lucky 13. Again, you do have a character point you can use, and if you.
So you say so? Do I use stealth or sneak?
Oh, I'm sorry, sneak. I
Okay.
said stealth, and you said sneak. But you are right, it is sneak. You're trying to sneak a card. If you sneak that card, it's going to lower your difficulty for gambling significantly.
Okay. So then, yeah, I will do the sneak, and I'm going to spend a character point to do it. So what does that get me?
That gives you another die, but that die is also open-ended. So if you roll a 6 on that die, it goes, it keeps going.
Okay.
Cool. So you're going to roll for sneak. You've got 4 dice. One of those 4 dice, I guess your leftmost, is going to be your wild die, but you're rolling 5 because you spent your character point.
Right.
So if you want to say that the
rightmost will be the character point die.
Okay, perfect. Oh, nice! All right, cool. So this could possibly be amazing. So let's go ahead and roll your character point. You roll one more 6-sided. Oh, double check your options because you don't want to erase your dice. So on settings, make sure that you don't clear dice before you roll.
Right.
And you can add one more 6-sided die. And let's go ahead and add those up real quick. So you got 11 plus 4, 15 right now. So let's see how amazing this is, though.
So I add another one?
Yep, because your character point expenditure was a 6.
It explodes. Okay. Gotcha. So that's a 4 then. So that's 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19
yeah,
total.
That's fantastic. Okay, so let's see. Aola, holy crap, Aola totally sees it, though. So you see it. He has just snuck a card into his hand. He palmed something, and he pulled it up. You caught it. It was very slick. Toydarian has no idea. You could completely call him on it, which would be definitely going to start a fight. And there will be blasters drawn, which would be a great, distraction. Your call. What do you do?
No, I think I'm just gonna let him. I'm gonna go with it.
Nice.
Nice. Sweet. Cool. So I'm going to give you a lower difficulty, Tal, to try to sneak your way. That's where it was. You're going to try to stealth your way. Whoops. Wait, is there a stealth? Holy crap.
I don't know.
What am I doing here? I'm going to make sure I got the stat. Okay, so sneak is sneak. Sneak is sneak. So it's sneak. I have brain damage from what is going on. Awesome. So you're going to roll a sneak roll, and I'm going to lower your difficulty to make it pretty easy. So it's going to be a straight 10 for Tal to sneak past because he's really good attention-grabbing,
good distraction
gambling maneuver for deck.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, I'm going to follow suit, and my far left will be my
Okay, sounds good.
And I get a +2 on this.
Nice.
Yeah, so 14, 16.
That is fantastic. Okay, cool. So you go in. The door is actually key coded, but you're able to splice. You kind of just do a quick key code run through and make your way up, and you start heading up the stairs. At the same time, Toydarian, they're playing his cards. It's now the 3 of you, the Toydarian, as well as, and I'm going to give the Toydarian some dice, so I'm going to be rolling a post roll. I know this is one of those games where the game master rolls dice. I'm really uncomfortable with this, guys. I don't play this kind of game, but he has 4 dice in gambling. So I'm going to say he's left. Well, see, no, NPCs don't have wild dice. So here we go. So we're going to roll gambling now. Deck, because you gave yourself a little ace in the hole, as it were, I'm going to give you an extra 6-sided an open-ended 6-sider for that, because it could be the perfect card.
Okay.
You can kind of do it like you did with your character point if you want. And Aola, you're rolling your straight up 6 dice of gambling, you gambling fanatic. You.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. All right, so I'm only showing 2. There we go. Awesome. I got a 14. Beat that, suckers.
Whoa. Done and done.
Damn it. Oh, you get to roll again.
And also it explodes.
Yep.
Nice.
You may need to explode because holy crap. Oh man, so that's that looks like 11 plus 7, 18 for Deck, and a lot more than 18 for Aola.
Fuck!
That's 24 for Aola. She is the gambling queen. So you just raked in all of Deck's money. It was his spending money, right? It's probably not your life savings, right, Deck?
It wasn't my life savings, but it was nonetheless fucking important to me.
Oh man, that's awesome. So you're tapped at this point, Deck. And the Toydarian, he's like, oh, never have I lost to a slave. This is so embarrassing. I didn't even know you were playing, little girl.
Deck takes offense to that. He's like,
Yeah,
hey, she's not a slave. She's not a slave. She's also not a sleeve, but she's not a slave.
I would wear her. His little wings are kind of flitting.
Oh god.
How big is the hand still in front of the Toydarian?
Oh, how big is the hand? No, you cleaned him out too.
Oh,
So,
good.
Yes,
Perfect.
you just made if 30%, if 500 credits was 30% of what Deck had on hand, and he just lost 70% of that, and you doubled that. So someone do math because that's how many credits you just raked in.
Well, if 1/3 was...
Yeah, somebody else can do the
400
math. I'm going to move on to Tal. Someone to use a calculator, and you can answer that question. I'll double check your math later when I'm awake. Okay, so you make your way up to the 3rd floor. Oh, there are notes. Someone's in the chat. Did I miss a chat? It was not work.
Just side commentary.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. We are going to go up to the 3rd floor area here, and so now we have the music kind of drop down a little bit, and the kind of weird synthy jazz that was going on in the 2nd level with a bit of haze of smoke in the gambling den area starts to fade as you're working your way up the stairs here, and how about you come up. That goes. Oh, I'm sorry. This right here, it goes up to the roof area. So you're actually coming up to this area, and you can kind of look out. You're above the balcony by a floor where you can look down into the street. You look across the way, and there's like an opium den across the way, and there's like that weird hazy type smoke. And Wag's bed is to the right there. He likes to have a little bit of the false light of 1313 when he wakes up. Over here is his workstation. So in that workstation, there's actually some droid parts, and you can see that there is a computer terminal as well. And first thing you notice is this computer terminal is it looks like it operates within the noodle bar, but it looks like it has no external, like there's no output. It doesn't even have a broadcaster. This thing is like a hard node, and so that's probably where your data spools are going to be. And then, of course, there's a bathroom and a dining room area and a kitchen here in his little living area. But you've got a workstation set up right there, and that's what you need to do. What do you do? Looks like there's nobody here. Oh, by the way, in case you're curious what this is a treadmill. It's got clothes on it. Not really ever been used. Okay, so it's a workstation there, so... Kind of work your way up, and what do you do? What do we see Tal doing?
After a quick run through to look at, make sure I am alone. No one's like hiding in the kitchen, that kind of thing.
Nope, nobody in the kitchen. You're all alone for right now.
I'm gonna sit down at the workstation and get to work because I know I don't have a lot of time, and I know whatever happening downstairs isn't gonna distract for long.
Nice. Cool. So this is not an opposed roll. It is very high difficulty. This is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this, I'll go with difficult, which is a difficult of 20 to splice this. This is crazy hard. Tal, you're gonna have to be amazing at splicing. So, your splice is a 5D, although you called it spice, so I'm gonna add an L. And so do you have any of those gadgets that you bought? Any of those going to give you any bonuses from?
Well, if the computer, the personal computer, but that I'm not using my computer to hack in, right?
I don't know. Are you? You've got a portable computer. Would you have brought it?
I would think looks like it's pretty mobile, and I'd have all my software on there that I'd want, I imagine. So if I can use it, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, that's why you're a Dreadnought Decker.
Okay. Then that.
Oh man, the PDF page numbers don't correspond to the PDF itself. All right, cool.
Okay. It's one of those. It depends on which expensive one I got. So I just went with the cheapest one because I didn't know what I was spending. So I only get a +1 to the roll.
Awesome. Okay, and so that's a +1 pip, right?
Yeah, +1 pip.
Oh no, bonus is 1d +1, right? Wait. Oh, I see. So there's 6 variations?
Yeah, on the next page, yeah. And I
Okay.
didn't know. I just figured that gives me something to work up to, maybe. I got the cheapest one possible at
That's
first.
cool. Awesome. So you got a Tandy version?
Yeah.
Nice.
Had to start small.
Yep.
So
It's like the Radio Shack version of Star Wars equipment is what you have.
right?
It's the best.
I think this is pretty important, so I'm going to go ahead and spend my character point. I'm going to burn that.
Nice. Good call.
Again, 6, so I got 6D +1, and
D +1, and we're going with leftmost is your wild, rightmost is your character point?
that makes sense.
Okay.
No. Okay, 10, 15, 21, 22.
$22 against a difficulty of 20. That's fantastic. Cool. So what does it look like when you like? Do you have a vision in your head, or do you want me to do it? I imagine what we've got is basically like a pop-up display, and it's got a bunch of the cool Star Wars fonty type, weird, indecipherable words and the like, and then we've got a hard-coded little hard chiclet keyboard, and so that's what you're kind of pulling the data spools out of.
Yeah.
So what's it look like when Tal splices?
As far as like visual display kind of thing?
Yeah. What do we see like from a movie standpoint?
You see the various language pop up, and me typing something, and that kind of disappears, and something else pops up, and it's almost like I'm layer after layer. I'm working through the computer language. I imagine with the 22, I probably struggle a little bit, but finally break through the final entry or.
Nice.
wall.
Yeah. So you break through some of their little countermeasures, their ICE, and you're able to decode this and then pull it on, like basically make a copy onto the data spool. And you. I don't know. Do we want to go with like the Star Wars? No, there was transmissions, right? The Bothans transmitted stuff from ship to ship, so you don't have to take a physical device. I think using your computer, you can actually pull the data off. You just don't want to put too much modern technology to far a long time ago type deal. Awesome. So you grab the data spools, make a copy onto your personal computer, and you think you've got it. Did you check out what you've got? Are you pretty sure you grabbed all the data off of there? You don't have a whole lot of space left on your computer, though.
Yeah, I'm going to double check just to make sure. I mean, I don't want to grab this stuff and then later find out I grabbed the wrong data.
Sweet.
So just real quick to kind of scan a little bit of it to make sure it's what we were looking for.
Nice. Okay, so what you have on these data spools is basically the books, Moska's books, and it looks like this is mostly his set of contracts that he's got ongoing with suppliers. He's got his communications back and forth with different dealers that he has, as well as his muscle, and he's even got a few ledgers on here of contacts he has with Republic Security Bureau on the top, basically the 10 levels above and below of this place. So yes, you're using DOS, so it's like little ugly prompts and would you like to play a game? Yes or no. So yeah, you've got the mother load at this point. This could be used if you guys can get out without them knowing. is going to be an incredibly valuable thing. Even if they find out that this stuff's been stolen, then it's going to cripple them at least for a period of time. But yeah, so you've got it. What do you wish to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna close everything, try to set everything exactly like it was when I arrived, and quickly get out of here.
Awesome. Give me a stealth roll. It's less. It's going to cover not only sneaking out, but it's also going to cover the idea of covering up no traces.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to set a difficulty of moderate at this point, and so we're going to call that call it a 12.
12. Okay.
Nice.
11 plus 2. Yeah, that's 13.
Nice. Awesome. Oh, you had a. Oh,
I had 2 pips.
Yeah, 2 pips. Okay, so there you go. So you got. Yeah, because you rolled an 11, you got 2 pips for a 13. Fantastic. Okay, so we have that moment of you kind of cleaning up and starting to diddy-bop your way out. Are you trying to go back the way you came? Are you going up to the roof? Are you waiting to make that decision? Because
is there a way? I mean, is there another way? Could I take the? Well,
yeah,
I
take a
could
look
go
at the
up to
map.
the roof.
You've got a couple
Okay,
of
that's
options.
right.
You could try to climb out of the window and make your way out. You could try to climb up. You could take the stairs up to the roof and try to work your way out that way as well.
Oh.
I'll give you a moment to think about that. So we cut back to the sabacc table, and we have Deck and Aola. Aola, you just cleared out Deck, and Chis or Chris? I think he said Christ or Crisp or Crispy something. Crest something.
KRISS.
Where's KROSS? Awesome. So, yeah, Hodgix the Toydarian, he made his little crack about the slave sleeve joke there, and things seem to have settled down, but mostly because your Keldoran buddy, Dorn Slow, he says, listen, we need to keep this professional, guys. Listen, Chris, looks like you got no more credits. You want to take a advance from the house?
No, I'm done here.
All right. Well, good playing with you, Chris. It's like real deliberate with your name. So he says, good play there. What name did Aola give, or what has she given at this point?
Yves.
Good playing, Yves. You want to deal in again there, Hodgix? Oh, yeah, sure. Why don't we make this more interesting? You seem like a really good gambler. Huh?
What do you want?
Oh, well, maybe you come and you'll be, like my escort. I've got a party coming up, and there are lots of important business people are coming. It'd be good to have a pretty girl with me.
I don't do that kind of thing.
I don't need to do anything with you. You're not Toydarian. You're actually kind of gross to me. But still, the Twi'lek girls, sign of status. Jabba the Hutt had like 6.
I play for credits. And by the end of the night, I'm going to have all of yours.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, man. He sees like little beads of Toydarian sweat for a second there. And the Savik cards are getting flipped around. So cool. We'll deal you into another hand. But what's Deck doing once he pushes you back from the Savik table?
I don't know.
You saw your buddy Tal. He went upstairs, right? You definitely laid cover for him there. And then you lost Big, so the bunch of guys would give you all there's some who are laughing, there are others who give you the sympathy look, like, oh man, sucks to be you. Just like a Wookiee comes over and he hands you a tumbler, like some kind of gargle blaster type drink.
Yeah, he'll down that. Just
nice. So anyway, what do you want to do, Deck? You still got this mission going on, but you kind of don't have that cover as a gambler. But there are other things you can do.
What can he do to draw attention to himself rather than Tal? He can get totally, utterly annihilated.
Oh, this is amazing. I love that. So you're going to start power bombing? With what? What are you going to pay for it with?
Well, getting annihilated is not exactly like, the money that he was getting from this job was important for a purpose, but it wasn't credits that he had for living, right? So he's got a little bit of spending money, enough to get wasted.
Okay, so he had a little bit of spending money, enough to get a little trash. Okay, so cool. You start buying up some drinks from. There's a little droid, like a little converted astromech droid. It's like one of the. No, I love this. Okay, so do you guys remember the square droid? The like the jet black square droid that kind of waddle a little bit when it walks. It's got a little tray that shifts. A gonk, yeah, gonk. Yeah, gonk. It's got a tray that just shifts a little bit with each of the wobbles, and their drinks. There's you drop a few credits in, and you can grab a tumbler off of that and start drinking. And the Wookiee. Do you speak Wookiee?
Yeah, he understands it.
Yeah, so the Wookiees just kind of chat you up. Oh, that was tough. Tough, friend. Come. We're watching some of the fights.
No, I just want to drink. You want to drink? I want to drink. Losses like that, you just... There's nothing for it but to forget it.
You should learn. You should learn and never do it again. I used to gamble, but now I don't.
Trust me, I won't be doing anything like this again.
He takes a glance. He'll say, "Oh wait, do you have your lightsaber?"
Yeah, I do.
That Dick carries. He goes, "What's that?"
This thing? Oh, it's my dad's. It's just a thing.
Looks like a piece of a camera.
It's definitely not a camera. Don't point it at yourself.
Huh.
I use it for cutting stuff open.
Oh, it's like a vibroblade? I have no idea how you're getting such intelligent conversation from a Wookiee, but the Rich is committed to this being a Wookiee conversation, so we got a shit ton of subtitles going on right now.
He's a little drunk, so he takes it, makes sure it's pointed the right way, and then turns it on.
Oh my god! Oh man, so let's cut back to Aola to the moment before the lightsaber pops out. So Aola, let's get one more roll out of the Hajix and Aola. This is for all the marbles, all that he's willing to win or lose. So he is now going to. I don't know. I think he's going to cheat. So he's going to cheat to get 5D. But if you want to. We do have a very large special effects budget called Our Minds. Oh man, so this is fantastic. I love the idea of Aola taking this guy to the cleaners. So Aola, if you want to perceive him cheating, that he's actually a pretty good cheat. So I'm going to say that you've got a difficult roll of 16. To perceive him cheating. And if you perceive him cheating, you can make a decision about whether you want to do something about that or not. But if you don't perceive, guess what? You have to play stupid!
Okay, I can do that.
Awesome. I don't know if you can.
Ooh, that's only a 13.
Oh, you have no idea he's cheating. Yep, there are no specializations for card cheating. So yeah, all right. So you fail to see him cheating. He's going to give himself 5 dice. Awesome. So now you get to roll your amazing 6 dice against his 5 dice. Come on, good dice. Oh man, that's pretty decent. 6, 7 plus 11, 18, and that is 4, 16. Dang it.
22.
Dang it. Dang it. Awesome. Okay. So the poor Hajix the Tordaria, not only did he not win the hand of Aola as an escort, he also lost all of his credits that he brought for gambling tonight. I'm so disappointed to lose to you. I am disappointed to lose at all, but to you, you're so insulting. Your ugly blue skin.
Well, maybe you should be better at gambling. You lose frequently, right? Because you're really not that good.
Lack of practice and losing. It's the first time I've lost tonight.
Other than the time that he lost her.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the first time.
And then lightsabers and we got, remember there were a bunch of couches with the Holovid thing. The Holovid thing is still going on. It's like somebody who's fighting like some kind of Rancor type deal. And then people jumping over couches and like running towards the balcony. They're freaking the hell out because that is like the universal can opener right there. It's going to, and so there are blasters coming out. There guys like, don't shoot, he'll throw it back at you. Cool. So bam, we'll cut back to Tal, who's made his decision. Where's Tal going right now?
Tal is going down the stairs.
You're going back downstairs?
Yeah, I'm just going to do it.
Sweet. So the door opens up, and you see everybody like running for cover, and Aeola's like scooping in all these credits, like hard credits, and there's Toydarian who's sadly like flitting away. He's all droopy-eyed.
Construction.
It's cool. So yeah, what do you do, Aeola? Now that your buddy Deck just like whipped out his light. Did you know he had a lightsaber, by the way?
I don't think I knew he had a lightsaber.
Yeah, so he's got a lightsaber.
As it turns out.
It might have been listed in our things of resources.
Yeah. So Aeola's going to first finish scooping the credits up.
Nice.
Very hard-earned money.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. And also, you know, he's supposed to be on our side, I think. I don't know what he's doing. So once she's got all the money scooped up, she's like, okay, let's just put the sword away. It's a sword, right?
It's a laser sword.
It's a laser sword.
It's a plasma sword, technically, which emits light. Look, it's complicated.
Yeah, Deck's trying to explain it. You have a feeling that at some point in a second or two, Deck, someone's going to try to pop a shot off at you. There is a Transition who is in like an orange jumpsuit type deal, but they have like a lighter grayish mottled skin, and they're just waiting for their moment. They're behind couch 1. And they're just waiting for their moment. They're going to try to pop a shot off at you.
Is this an inevitable thing? Like, am I about to die even if I put this thing away?
If you put that away, chances are they're going to that Transition is probably going to shoot you right now and take it. You could possibly leave, or you could just walk up on the Transition and take them out. What do you want to do?
What the hell? He's drunk. He turns around, and with all of the energy and machismo that his father left him with, he points the lightsaber at him. Like you might a fencing sword rather than a katana. And he says, "You back down, or I will end you."
That's badass. Okay, that's a persuasion roll if ever I've heard one. I think your lightsaber is going to give you a +1D because lightsaber. Oh yeah, while this is going on, there's like a little the subtitle that we use specifically for Leku's speech. There's something that Tal quickly says to Aeola. We kind of do like a cut back and forth. What is it that Tal says real quick?
I thought we were being sneaky.
I love that. Cool. So I think that this is going to be a moderate difficulty, but you got a ton of dice to do it well. So the moderate difficulty means that you need, I'm going to call it a 14.
Alright, so wild dies on the left as usual.
Okay.
That is a 15.
Wow, you squeak by. No. That's a wild die on the left, so that's a 6. It's open-ended. Roll another die.
Sweet.
Amazing.
Nice.
17.
Very good. 17 against your difficulty of 14. So you pull her off the Transition. She like holds up her little. She's got a bowcaster. Who knows where she got that from? Not from that Wookiee over there. She lays the bowcaster on top of the couch. She's like, "Just go away."
He holds it there for a little bit longer, just kind of basking in it, because he doesn't like inhibitions being what they are, and now lowered to the point when he clearly doesn't give a shit. He holds it there a little bit longer, basking in his glory, and then he presses the button to retract the blade and hooks it on his utility belt and walks away.
It's so smooth too. It's not even a moment where it looks like he moved just like an nth of an inch, and then it goes in. It just like zips right in because our imaginations have no special effects budget. Sweet. So the lightsaber has been housed. What are Tal and Aola doing at this point? I don't imagine the three of you are planning on leaving together, right?
You knew. So Aola's still trying to talk him down.
Nice.
She's like, look, friend, you lost tonight, and that's unfortunate, but you can still leave. I would recommend leaving.
Nice. Yeah, their itchy trigger fingers here. People just like waiting. Like, oh, we put the lightsaber down. Should we jump him? No, let's let him leave. No, wait, no, let's not let him leave. He's got a lightsaber. We can totally take it. It's a big tense moment, but Aola steps up and says that to you, Deck. What's your response?
You owe me.
Yeah, sure do. We'll talk about that next time we run into each other here.
He grabs a bag of stuff that he had and he slings it over his shoulder and he walks downstairs to leave.
Oh, sweet. So Aola and Tal, you're staying up and like waiting for Deck to leave. Is that the plan here?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Oh man, so yeah, there's this like tense moment as Deck starts to walk out. The guy who just whipped out a lightsaber in the middle of basically a Merc bar and didn't get shot because he talked down a transition. And then the Wookiee's like, "Wow, I totally thought that was a camera." All right, so the Toydarius got Hijix has already left, and Deck, you're able to make your way out. And so Tal, Aola, you've got the Dorn Slow, who is the dealer. He's like, wow, do you want me to deal a new hand? We're gonna need to get some more people. You scared everybody off. Yves, you should probably play down next time. I mean, just gambler to gambler.
Well, I'm not the one that took out a sword. I think I'm good for the night. That was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah,
and she's gesturing to Tal with the Laku. Did you know he had a sword?
I totally did see that coming. We check into these things when we hire these extra people.
Sweet. Okay, so now you two need to make your way out of this place. I don't think it's necessarily a sneak roll, right? I think there's been enough distraction going on that if you walk out casually, don't cause any more trouble. I just don't see where they're going to put two and two together. Lightsaber guy, person splicing into the spools upstairs. Or do you want to cause some trouble? You're totally welcome to do that.
I totally want to leave casually. That was way too exciting.
I'm good with just leaving.
Excited for one night. Awesome. That was brilliant. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll pick up with wherever you guys had decided you're going to kind of meet back up after you pulled your little job. Cool?
Cool.
All right, so we'll take a 5-minute break. Misa back.
Please tell me there are guns in the next part of our game.
I almost put a Gungan thug like Merc in.
Misa gonna shoot you for your lightsaber.
No, you're not.
Laser sword. So, back when I played Star Wars D6, long time ago, back when it was a newish game, and there were new supplements coming out for it from Weston Games, my friend Chris Norwood, he would threaten our GM, who was Christopher Robin. He would threaten our GM whenever things got really dicey for his character. He would say, "You know, if this guy dies, I'm just gonna play that Jawa Jedi." And Christopher Perry would be like, "Jawas do not leave Tatooine. Okay, they're very primitive. They would never leave their home planet ever. No Jawa would ever become a Jawa, a Jedi. It has happened in 1,000 years. So I'm sorry, but you can't play a Jawa Jedi." I don't see why not. It's right there. We got rules for it. I'm gonna play a Jawa Jedi if you kill this guy. It's like, just stop. Stop. He would get so mad. It was the best. He's watching CR get like, this was really serious to him. Like the idea of a Jawa Jedi was very, very not a bad thing for CR.
That's awesome. Especially because the one other time I played D6 Star Wars, we had a Jawa Jedi.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. They make great Jedi. There's been a Jedi everything in Wikipedia, dudes. It's like all over. They're Jedi Faline, and they suck. Not Faline, Jean Vong, isn't that the ones? With the, like, nose tendril assholes, guys? I hate those guys. Oh, man, this is good stuff. Jello. Yay. Always room for it.
Yum.
Jello. Okay. Let us. I'm going to. We got all that mileage out of one picture from. By the way, that was from the will probably never ever exist awesome amazing game of video game that was going to be set on 1313. It was part of the concept art. I've got some pieces they released on the website that I'm using for setting type stuff. So let's see. Where are we going to? Where are you guys meeting? Like you had to meet up after before you go to see Saul. Where do we want to pick up there?
I think it's totally like this tiny, dingy little room in like one of those no-name hotels. Pay by the hour.
Oh, nice. Hold on. I have a great picture for that. It's totally offensive. So I apologize, but perfect. So deal with it, suckers. Hold on a second. Let me find it again. I have too many pictures. All right. Dang it. Oh, no, I'm going to use this one. It's not offensive and it looks amazing, so we'll just do that.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll get to offensive. We got several game sessions.
I'm very disappointed. So disappointed I won't be offended this session.
I'm offended that you didn't show me an offensive picture.
Nice. I love that. Okay, so here we go. We got kind of a nice scummy place. I'm pretty sure that that's supposed to be an Authoriad, which is awesome. And there's some kind of pack ammo over here, I think. Like, how does that even happen? I love this. It's on 1313. But yeah, let's say that this area is like, you can see that all of the concrete, the poured concrete is wet. That's because, say, centuries ago, this place was kind of nice, but it turns out that a level above, there's like just a series of leaks from one of the water tanks, and nobody has fixed it. So it's kind of raining here, except it's 1,300 levels underground, so it's not really raining, but it's rainy in this area, and so it's kind of dingy. And you guys are up in the apartment area, the rented by the room type deal, and it was only like a half block away, so it's the perfect place for you guys to scoot towards. So there you are when we pick up in the scene. So who was there first? Who arrived first? Was it Aola and Tal? Did you guys leave together, by the way, or did you leave separately, Aola and Tal?
I think we left pretty close together. I mean, not like side by side, but
Sure.
we went out within a few minutes, just so we're not leaving the other one by themselves.
Cool, and then so
Maybe
we'll pick up.
separated at the door and then rejoined up a few blocks
Makes
away.
sense. Cool. Who rented the room?
Not Deck, because he doesn't have any credits.
Oh, Aola will totally rent the room because it never ever looks unusual if Twi'lek is renting one of these rooms.
Yeah.
And it never ever looks scandalous if a human grabs the key to said rented room where the
True
Twi'lek
story.
is.
Mhm.
I'm not here to sleep with her. Sure you are, buddy. No, really, I'm not.
Hey guys, I need just a second. I apologize.
This is not going to go wrong in any way.
No.
I'm just
Tell
here to
us
pick
that.
up my money. No.
Well, I don't remember you winning it, but
Oh.
Hey, you want to see my camera?
I loved that Wookiee. Should be more deep conversations with drunk Wookiees. That's all I'm saying.
yes. It's totally a camera.
Rich is so good at playing like dude bros. I don't even.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah, he seems to be.
It's Star Wars. Pretty much everyone's a dude bro.
This is true.
Yeah. What's your picture from, Adam?
I don't know. I stole it from the onlines.
The onlines.
I think it's transhuman or something like that.
Mm.
Something transhuman.
Because there's like weirdness with the eyes.
Yeah, that was partly why I took it. I like weird eyes.
Do you?
I don't know. I was just
It's something interesting to look at rather than just like a regular like person in your picture.
yeah, exactly. That and he's kind of got peach fuzzy mustache.
I see you have priorities.
Yeah. He's a fledgling Jedi. He needs some form of facial hair. He's not actually a fledgling Jedi. He just has a lightsaber. But
That's actually a rule in some of the supplements. Yeah.
I'm sure it is. To operate lightsaber, you need some amount of facial hair.
Yes.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And everything I've seen and read totally makes sense.
I was looking at this Kickstarter earlier, and there's these razors that they're making that use lasers. And I was like, it's a lightsaber razor. That's
Oh
fantastic.
my god, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, guys. Wife just found out she checked the mail, and our son has received a letter from the school. They want to put him into the gifted program based on his most recent scores. So
Fantastic.
I wanted to go have a chat with him and make sure that he was comfortable with that, and let him know that Mommy and Daddy were in gifted programs and it was really enriching and fun. So we had a little conversation about that. So sorry about that, guys. Did not.
That's
expect-
No, that's
total
amazing.
cool. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, the rest of this game's gonna be super happy. I apologize. I don't know how to make sad stuff happen. Wait a second. I gotta think. I'm gonna get the story. I need some note cards. Okay. All right. Good. We're back in. Awesome. So we pick up in the scuzzy Rent by the Hour, which was rented by Ella because she likes to play into those stereotypes. And,
Only when I have to.
I know, right? And so, yeah, I think it's one of those, like, when you come in, Aola, did the guy know you? The guy who runs, like, he's behind, like, a cage type deal, and you really kind of, like, there's a drawer. You can't even actually touch him. see, what would be no, he's just a human. He's like a human with some cybernetics. He doesn't know you at all. He's like, oh, yeah.
This may be our like normal meeting place.
Nice.
But like Aola has never spoken to him, and if he's tried to speak to her, she's basically just grabbed the key and walked away.
Yeah, well, if you want a discount, you let me know. We're friends. He's talking, and there's like this old, like really crusty old Bothan who just sits in the lobby area, and he just plays with some kind of like synth guitar type deal, and he looks up, he's like, yeah, sure. Okay, so then we cut to Aola heading into the room. This room is no. Yeah, so it's a room, like it's secure enough. I had ideas for like there's an actual it shut down like the early 2000s of one of those actual rent by the hour type places in Skid Row in New York, but it was super gross, so we're not going to go there. So it's a room, like a single room. It's got a wash sink and a stand-up shower with no curtain and one bed with a thing you can put credits in, like vibrate a little bit. And there's the hollow projector has been ripped off. There's just like a couple wires hanging out of it, and there's no windows in this particular area.
Charming.
It's awesome. It smells a little bit like turpentine and wet concrete. So then, Tal, you come in. There's Aola. Aola, like, what did you do with all those credits? That's like.
Oh, I still got them.
Yeah, nice, sweet. So, Tal, you come into the room. Deck, you'll be following, and you just go ahead and enter the scene when you feel like enough time has passed. So when we cut in, we see Aola there, and Tal arrives. What happens? Go.
Okay.
Any problems on the way?
Of course not.
Okay.
You were like 30 meters behind me. You would have seen if there was a problem, Tal.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure. Things happen.
I'm fine.
Okay.
How did your end go? Did you get it?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It was almost too easy. I don't know.
Please don't say that.
Well, I mean, he had tough security, but, whatever.
Okay.
Sound like you had a more interesting
Yeah,
time.
I don't know if he can even find his way here. I think he was pretty drunk.
Oh, goodness.
It's around then that Deck does show up. He's got this tinfoil wrapped sandwichy type thing that is just dripping with grease and a big canteen of water, which he's currently chugging. Like, opens the door. I'm never drinking that much again.
So that explains the whole lightsaber thing.
Well, that does not explain the whole lightsaber thing.
Well,
Why?
That explains the whole pointing the lightsaber thing at people. That doesn't explain why there was a lightsaber.
yeah, where did you get one of those?
It was my dad. Oh.
Dad was a Jedi?
Don't be ridiculous. There haven't been Jedi since the Old Republic.
Where did he get
Well,
a
that
lightsaber?
could get you killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could, because it was illegal briefly during the Empire's tenure currently. So don't tell anyone about it, please.
I don't think we need to.
Yeah. We might want to define what stealthily means next time.
Look, technically you're the one who needed to be stealthy. And that seems to have worked out quite well for you, did it not?
Yeah, it did.
So can I have my share, please?
We have to go get paid. I would also offer for you to sit until you're a little steadier on your feet, but I don't think that's a good idea in this room. And she'll pull out the whole stack of credits that she just won.
Yeah.
And whatever little bag they came in, and basically just hold out the whole thing to Deck.
What?
Do you not want these?
I would very much like them, but why are you giving them to me?
You seem to really want them. Enough to cheat, and then, almost get yourself killed. Also, you stood up for me. I like that.
He said some pretty nasty stuff. He didn't deserve that. That wasn't right.
Well, this is mostly his, so...
Yeah, and the rest of it is mine. Oh, God. I am never gambling again.
You're not good at it. At least
No,
you didn't get caught cheating.
Yes, that is a plus. Well, he reaches out and tentatively takes it and holds it and says thank you.
You're welcome. Are you feeling better?
Yeah. I'm feeling less sick, having now got some money credits. You're going to make somebody very happy.
Good. Well, should we go get the rest of our money?
Let's do that. He stuffs the credits in his bag.
Nice. All right, so that was a quick scene. You guys head out. You now need to meet with the head of this Black Sun gang that is authorized to operate here on level 1313. His name is Saul Lemire. This is a picture of Saul. There you go. He's a handsome fellow. As you can tell, he's a hit with the ladies and the gents. Every woman wants to be with him. Every man wants to be him. Saul Lemire. Believe it or not, he is relatively charismatic, mostly from his large amount of confidence in himself. He is an underling for Vigo that does reside here on Coruscant, much closer to the surface, not in the butt end of Coruscant. He's a heck of a... Well, he is a fan of gambling. He's not very good at gambling. But he doesn't seem to mind to lose. Aola, what was the last thing, the last time that you guys played, you gambled together? How did that work out?
I think the last time we gambled together, it was kind of awkward. So, we were in his little establishment area, wherever it is he's set up. And there was some guy in there who was cheating and was wiping the floor with pretty much everybody. And Saul got really, really upset and threw him out. And it was obvious to the rest of us he was cheating. But I don't think it was obvious to Saul. Saul's just kind of a bad loser. So he decided the guy was cheating without really knowing how he was cheating. And, it was really tense.
Nice.
I try not to play Saul.
Good call. Saul's... Yeah, he really, really hates Mosca the Hutt. Deck, you know why. Why is it, or at least why he says he despises Mosca the Hutt? What have you heard?
I'm sorry, say again?
Oh, so Saul Lemire, the gang leader here from the Black Sun, he claims very openly that he despises Mosca the Hutt, who is the person who runs the kind of this other cartel here on 1313. And you don't like Mosca because he owns Kalina, the dancer and slave, who you happen to fancy. Why is it that Saul Lemire says that he hates Mosca the Hutt? What have you heard about his big enmity?
I heard at one point that Saul had won a tremendously large amount of money gambling against Mosca the Hutt. And Mosca the Hutt doesn't pay anybody anything, especially if he lost. And so as a result, he was kind of roughed up and thrown out on his own without actually getting his money. So he still feels entitled to it. He feels that Mosca the Hutt owes him big. Like spaceships amounts of money big.
Nice. That may have been the one time that this all won at gambling. So that's a good question from our player Viola. Yeah, it's the one time. So he just rubs the salt that much into his wound. Poor guy. Cool. So we pick up with you guys traveling over to Saul Lemire, the main place where he holds court. You can see that it's kind of a dingy. I'm going to present here. We'll take a look at some of the pictures. Some of the picture here. So we have a cool little droid that's being used as a little fire area. We've got these holovids of some of the dancers inside area that's right adjacent to where Saul Lemire. And does Saul have any interest in this little brothel here, Aola? Do you know, or is that just he happens to be near it?
I don't know. I've heard kind of rumors both ways that he was interested and didn't get it. I've heard he's gotten, or he has interest in it. I heard he just frequents it. Like I don't know, and I really try not to pry too much into that.
Cool. So Saul is he actually normally holds court on the balcony level of a small theater right beside where the brothel is, and it's always showing like a lot of different film reels, like hollow reels from popular parts of Coruscant, a lot of like older kind of independent types of hollows, a little more refined type stuff. It's like a little indie movie house where Saul set up shop. Which is a little, well, let's just say that if he weren't around, it probably would not do very good business, or probably not be open. There's maybe at most a dozen people that are below in the actual theater itself, beneath him on the balcony. So the three of you come in, and you got to head past. I think what we've got an actual like a HK droid that watches over Saul Lemire. And so Saul's at the base of the steps that lead up into the balcony, and he scans the three of you, but lets you go through. And Deck, right when you come up, he again, this droid looks, and he always seems to have an eye towards that lightsaber, but he's never said anything.
Damn it. Well, the lightsaber is mostly sentimental to Deck. It's not a weapon for him. It's not a way of life like his father claimed it was. It's just something that he's inherited. And so he kind of takes it off his belt and stuffs it into his pack just to keep it out of plain view. His blaster's still out, but he just doesn't want people to know that he has it or look at it and want it and things like that.
If they look at it and they know what it is, they're probably going to want it, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather they work for it. Try and swipe it off of me. Stab me in the foot with it.
Cool. So when we come up, you guys can march up the steps, and there's this cool, like a brass bar. Like, okay, Rich is trying to remember words. So you got a balcony, and then there's like a rail that's the word, like a brass rail, and then like a low wall, and you can look down, you can see the holovid. It's just a big wide screen. It's nice, well done. A little pit around it. You can see all the actors moving around, and there's some kind of, it's like a reenactment, something on Kashyyyk. It seems to be some kind of heartfelt moment in the tribal people of these Wookiee creatures back in many eons ago before they discovered technology. And so Saul's there, and he's got a couple of his kind of just other gang guys who hang out, and one of them's just staring at a little computer screen, not paying much attention. One of them is this female Zabrak, and she just riveted to the movie. Like, she's totally into it, and which is odd because she's like the red Zabrak with the crazy like black face paint. That if she were not watching this sentimental Wookiee story, she would probably be screaming with her filed down teeth and tearing into people. But right now, she's totally into this movie. Saul looks over and sees the three of you come up. He's like, oh, that was quick. You guys want some snacks? Something to drink?
I'll take some blue milk.
You smell, Deck.
Thank you. That is my hangover medicine.
Huh. Hey, Ola. Tal.
Hey, Saul.
What do you got for me?
Well, I will plop my computer down and kind of turn the screen towards him so he can see what it is, and just.
He starts to take a look, and he looks over at his buddy who was staring at it, at his little like pocket computer. He slaps his boots. He's like, "Hey, get them some snacks." He's like, "Oh, what?" Stands up, just like, oh man. Starts walking down through the aisle and heads down to get some snacks or something for you guys. Zabrak lady, she is not even she's not even pausing. She hasn't shushed you guys. She's just leaning a little farther forward. She's got her hands on the rail now. She's got like her nails. You can see they're actually like cybernetic implants. Like they're like razors. And she just, you hear them clink on the bar. She leans in. She's watching. There's a moment where the Wookiee dad is like, he's like combing his daughter's hair and looking at her. And so we skim back up to Saul. He starts to take a look at the personal computer. He's like, got this. You got this?
That's what you wanted, right?
Walk me through. There's a lot of data. Do you mind? He'll start to. He's leaning forward to kind of play with the computer and look at this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'll walk him through explaining it, what I understand of it anyway. I figure I did the books for Hut before, so I probably would know the numbers.
Wow, you are so dead. I love that you did the books for Mosca. You're so dead. Yeah, he's kind of doing like the finger flick thing through all the data, and he taps in a couple keystrokes. He says, "Can I just buy this computer off you?"
Kind of partial to it. I could download it.
No, I want the computer. You'll sell it to me, right? Aola, tell him to sell it to me.
Can't you buy a new one, Tal?
I guess so.
He
I mean,
like picks it up and turns it because I don't even see where you didn't do any work on it, right? It's just a thing. So sell it to me.
I mean, he's got some custom programs on there, right, Tal?
Yeah, I've got some. Just have to get a copy of those. That'd be it. And
yeah,
that wouldn't take much. Take a second or two.
Give me a number. He's like,
for the device?
Yeah, but what's this? This is separate. I just want this. I want this right
Extra-
here. I don't want to go through any more hands. I don't want any more data transfers. This is good. This is good data.
750.
You get your programs for 750. You get this? Like, did you steal this off somebody's dead body? 750. I've never seen a computer this low.
Okay. Well, okay, that's player going with. I was upgrading it to the next highest one that I could buy, but I guess I could bump up the price and just say 1,000.
Okay.
Remember that there's good data on it too, so the data is
sure.
worth more than the
Plus
computer.
programs, plus
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, 1,000 credits. That seems right. All right, 1,000 credits. This is good. This is good stuff. Good work. All right. We ordered it was 15 ahead for all three of you, right? Any problems? Anything going to come back on you? Does Wags know?
No.
No. I think we're good.
No troubles at Wags Noodle Bar tonight.
Well, there was a bit of a spectacle, but I don't think they're going to pin it to the theft.
Yeah? What's the spectacle?
I kind of got drunk and shoved a weapon in a Trandoshan's face.
And you walked out?
I did. I did.
Impressive.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed myself because I have no idea how that happened.
Cool. The one guy who was sent after to get some snacks, he comes up and he's got these like waxed paper bags with these kind of chitlin type gooey things in them, and he hands each of you guys that, and then he stands there for a second, and he goes to sit down, and Saul looks at him and says, "Drinks?" He turns, he starts to walk back down the stairs. He's kind of clomping like. Saul says, "Well, good work with the transition, then, I guess." Wonder if that was Seath. Unlike Seath.
Why? What don't you like about Seath?
Well, she's got eggs, so she's super touchy. You know,
Okay.
transitions after they birth, they're like super territorial and vengeful and hateful. You just can't let anything go. I don't understand it, really. Just a transition thing. You know, they're cold-blooded.
He kind of puts his hand on his belt near his blaster, just a nervous tick that he has, we'll call it.
Tal, did you see this? The transition problem?
I don't. No, that was resolved by the time I came out. Yeah, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, it actually provided quite the distraction for me to get out clean.
Ballsy. I like that deck.
Yeah. So can I have hazard pay?
Yeah, extra 300 creds sound good.
Yeah, I'll take that. That sounds good to me.
All right. Hey, how far along are you on the bill, as it were?
I got a very generous donation from a gambler at the bar, so not too much longer now. Maybe one or two more jobs and I should be good.
Generous gambler, Aola, you should go milk that one.
That's very ironic that you would say that. I don't think Aola wants to milk herself.
Aola, you gave the... Huh. I'll have to keep that in mind. Guy comes up and he's got 3 blue milks. He hands the first one to Deck, and then the next one to you, Ale, and the third one to you, Tal. They're a little warm.
Oh,
You gotta.
gross.
He looks. He's like, "What? Blue milk. It's that blue milk."
Does it smell like blue milk?
Yeah, it's blue milk. It's just probably not been properly refrigerated.
Oh, okay. Well.
How hungover are you?
He looks over at Saul. Saul's like, "All right." He goes and sits down, pulls out his pocket computer again, and starts skimming through and playing some kind of like weird little. It's like there are these little dots, and they're all moving around. It's actually like Tecmo head-to-head football, but it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So it's totally got a different name.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to set up a lot of work for me. A lot of really lucrative work. Are you guys interested in another job?
Of course.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm looking over this list here. We've got contacts with the RSB, the Republican Security Bureau. Some of the storage areas for his spice warehouses, territories for the dealers, and then some account information for funds. So the way I see it is that we're going to have to coordinate for a bunch of work here, because once one thing goes down, the other shoes drops, Moscow's going to be on all. So if we coordinate a good series of runs on this guy, we could really pull the rug out from underneath Moscow. So we'll need somebody a group to hit. It's like 2 warehouses. You do some drive-bys on the dealers. You guys interested in any wet work? You won't know them. You just killed them. Any problems? Wet work?
Deck looks uncomfortable at the prospect of killing somebody.
And the last
I think
person
we all do. That's the hesitation.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The last
And
person
so
we
it's like,
killed has caused a lot of trouble.
okay. Hey, that's fine. You guys will get used to it eventually. All right, and okay. So then, either we use the 3 of you for maybe a bit of a smear campaign with his Security Bureau contacts, or we make some hit to drain him of his funds. Either of those 2 jobs sound interesting to the 3 of you?
I'm actually okay with Robin Hooding. I'm more okay with that than smearing him.
Tal,
That sounds
Aola?
Yeah.
I don't know what Robin Hooding means, but that sounds fine.
It's when you rob someone while you're wearing a hood.
Why would you wear a hood?
Well, so they don't recognize you, probably.
But a hood? Hoods are really impractical. Like, one strong breeze and the hood blows off.
The Zabrak girl says, he doesn't have Leku. It wouldn't be a problem.
Thank you.
You have a point.
All right. So the 2 of you start. Well, all 3 of you need to probably just lay low. We really can't let this go too long. I'm trusting you that Wags doesn't know about the data steal. Still, things change, so we're going to need to move relatively quickly. So lay low for the next day. I got to coordinate efforts on all these other areas, and I'll reach out to you. We're going to have to time this just right so that you guys will be hitting. So Tal, how is it that if you've got the count numbers, I can give you a place to dump those funds off to? What do you need to be able to make that steal? mean, can you hook up with your new computer? Do you need to get out of 1313 someplace that's got better access? What do you need, Tal?
Definitely have to get a new rig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't take long to outfit it. I don't think I necessarily need to get out of 1313. If I've just got a good place that I can slice into the system,
All right.
I should be fine.
Okay. I assume Deck and Ayla, you guys will be giving him cover. You need some kind of vehicle. Anything else? Any other equipment that you need?
I'm all right.
I'm probably okay. Yeah.
All right. Based on the numbers I'm seeing here for what he's got in these funds, I'm going to offer you guys a 1% that you can split 3 ways.
1% each, or 1/3% each.
1/3% each.
How much are we talking?
Well, in you've seen the numbers,
Oh, right.
Tal, and it's huge. It would be enough for Deck to be able to pay off the debt that he's trying to pay off, and it could get the two of you off Coruscant.
Ooh.
Enough to easily get very safe, secure passage and the idents that you need to get the heck off Coruscant if you want.
Deck can't argue with that. To kind of rip it off like a Band-Aid, he says, I'm in.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's do it then. In a day, right?
Right, in a day. So I guess you'll have to be shopping pretty quick. I mean, if the other two, do you two want to finish watching this movie? You're welcome. If you've got other things to do, I completely understand.
Hate coming in the middle of movies.
I should probably go shopping.
I like these snacks, so I'll stay.
After the fit you threw about the blue milk.
It wasn't a fit. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't peed in.
Nice. All right, so here's where we're at. We've got and it's just like shopping trip. I'm not going to say you necessarily have to role play through it, but you're going to need to buy a new rig for Tal, which is cool because you'll have a good amount of money there. Ayla, how do you want to pass the time here? Do you have any things that you do?
She'll go shopping with Tal, but while Tal's looking at computers and geeking out about computers, like, she'll probably find something like, like headscarves or something.
Nice.
Or leku scarves. That will distract her and keep her entertained until Tal's done shopping.
Nice.
I think, though, eventually she's going to call Dak, because I imagine Tal's going to be sitting in front of his computer, and that's going to be so boring. So she'll call Dak and ask if he wants to hang out while we're waiting.
Sure. I got nothing better to do.
Nice. Cool. So let's say that if you're okay with Tal maybe being along, but generally engrossed in setting up his new rig, as it were. So we'll have the three of you there, but Tal's kind of the boring guy, the geek nerd who's sitting on his computer in the cool dance club bar. Is that what he is?
That sounds good.
Awesome. So let's say that, and unfortunately there is English here, so I apologize, but I think that the overall look of this is pretty amazing. So let's say that you guys end up at the Triple Overdose Club, which is right here. I love this picture. It's not actually from 1313, but I do really dig this pic. The Triple Overdose Club, which is a dance club that does have featured dancers who are not all Twi'leks. They're even Togruta here too.
Wow.
I know they're very multi-special or something. Sweet. So we pick up with some thrumming dance music. It's like space dubstep, and which means that Rich likes it. Just saying.
What's a quad Rylar processor?
Nice. That sounds
It's
kind of amazing.
obviously the newest one that's come out. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They haven't improved this since like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it's like
It's barely on the market.
silver. Everything's silver. Couldn't you have gotten something in a different color?
The color doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. It totally matters. It's
If it was
boring.
red, it would be
I'm
faster.
totally gonna be covering them with stickers anyway.
If it was red, it would be faster.
You're outnumbered on that one. Not that.
But like it goes back to the screen.
Nice. Cool. Now I'm curious, Deck. Do they know about Kalina?
They've probably noticed that he's socking away money, clearly. And, I mean, the gentleman just mentioned, like, how close are you to being square? And Deck said, close, like a job or two away. So, it's very clear that he's saving for something.
It's totally why I invited him out to hang out, because I want to know. Because I assume my character didn't, based on the very vague, you've made someone very happy.
Cool. Which I like that. I just want to kind of get it front and center that we're all on the same page.
Awesome.
Spectacular. Cool. So this is it's smoky disco. There's a lot of strobe light type deals. There are holovids of some of the dancers, and then featured dancers are up. They've got guy dancers too. You know, they don't judge. Guys can kind of dance. You know, some of them better than others.
Sorry, I thought of something, but I didn't want to say it.
Say it.
I was going to say, as long as they're not white humans.
They're none of either gender.
Wow.
None of
Kind
either
of
gender.
stiff-legged.
You were wanting something offensive, so here we go.
Here we go.
I'm here to please.
I guess since I led into it so much, maybe I should show the offensive picture now. Because this is the point of the game where we're going to be offensive for a moment or two. Where is it?
Let's get it all out of our systems.
Oh, the one. That's the one.
I would just like to point out that Deck is neither white nor a bad dancer. So,
you're not disproving anything.
mind you, Deck is also a figment of my imagination. So,
It's those eyes. Somehow they make him dance better.
That's kind of awesome. So there you go. There's the full butt shot. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty. It's pretty. There you go.
That was fantastic.
Yep.
that's the back entrance to the club.
Back. Oh my gosh, that is so bad.
I'm
Oh my
sorry,
God.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't.
Oh,
Welcome to the back.
So that happened.
All right, cool. So now the goal here is that Ayla wants to pry Deck for information, and Tal is setting up his new rig, his new computer, which is a dang it, where is that? The quad Rylor processor, fresh off the market. How did you get this in 1313? Because there's no brand new stuff that's sold in 1313, by the way.
ooh, okay.
Unless you want to go black market, which means you gotta pay more.
Gotta pay more.
Yeah. Anything here that's actual, like fresh and not stolen, there's about a 15% markup. You can travel up a level. I mean, you can travel up, well, a number of levels, but you can head up a few levels and pick it up. That's no problem. I'm not gonna say you can't do it, but if you insist on shopping in 1313, then there's a price for that.
Oh, I see.
Wouldn't it
Okay.
also kind of cost him extra to get up those levels, or is that cost negligible?
The cost is negligible. I'm going to show you guys a picture because I love it. There you go. You just you take a shuttle up, and it'll take you up a number of levels. You can head out to a shopping area, and you'll have to go through a few security sweeps, but you can make it happen if you so wish.
Well, if I can get the better computer by just going up a few levels, then I probably would take the time to do that.
All right, cool. So yeah, we'll do that.
So maybe that's where I am, getting that coming back.
We'll have you come in. So it's just the two of you, Ayla and Deck, at the start, but Tal will meet up with you at the Triple Overdose Club very shortly. So Ayla, what's your approach here? Like, I don't think Deck's going to be getting drunk right now.
Unless you persuade him to.
I could do that. No, she'll offer to buy him a drink, whatever that drink may be.
Nice.
Even
No,
if
is
it
this
is...
a thing where you have a table and you just
Oh
wait
yeah,
for
we have
somebody-
like one of those cute little like round tables that's just barely big enough for two people.
Nice. Are you sit on stools, I assume, then?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so like a high top. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, you order a couple drinks, and if you want, they actually have some that are spiced with ReUP, which is it's an actual spice that is from the Twi'lek homeworld. So it is.
Sweet.
It's illegal, but this is 1313, so.
So nobody
cares?
cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. We don't
Nobody
judge.
cares.
Do you know any of the dancers here, by the way? Either of you, actually.
Deck does. He knows 2 or 3 of them. The
How come?
Twi'lek ones. How come?
Yeah.
Well, he kind of has a weakness for Twi'leks. A soft spot in his heart for them. Since he grew up with one.
Oh well, we'll save that for questioning. I'm curious about that
So
answer.
this is totally your haunt then. You were like, hey,
Sure.
let's meet here.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Nice. Yeah. So cool. So when you order the drink, actually, one of the girls, she comes over and she like runs her hand across Deck's back and like kind of touches his shoulder and is like, "Hey, Deck, it's so good to see you." And sort of looks like she's really touchy feely, but there's no like attraction thing. It's just that like natural touchy feely type person, and then she heads off and she looks at you and says, do you want a little real spice in your drink?
Sure, I'll have some.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay.
That drinking thing lasted a long time.
I can't turn down real spice. Just,
Sweet. Then she'll come back around, and then she'll head off, and then the music's kind of thumping, and there are some, it's relatively popular clubs. The dance floor is going on, but you guys are in an area where you can talk. I don't think it's one of those shout talk type conversation areas, right?
That's good. I hate show talk conversations.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
So this is an interesting place to invite a Twi'lek.
He kind of looks around like, right. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
You're not big for the thinking, are you?
Well, this is just where, this is where I spend most of my time. I just, when I'm not working, that is, because I work a lot. But when I'm not working, I'm usually here because.
You should probably stop talking before you dig yourself a bigger hole.
Okay. Thank you for coming, though. It's good. You're a good sport.
Thank you.
I think
You're
you'll like the drinks
welcome.
here.
Oh, if they've got real,
Yeah.
it's got to be better than 80% of the places here.
Yeah. Most of it's just dirty mop water.
It tastes like dirty mop water.
Yeah.
I don't think we should give it the benefit of being dirty mop water, because that would have assumed it was clean at some point.
That's definitely true.
So I wasn't going to ask, but I couldn't help but notice. Soul seems to know, so. And you don't have to tell me, but just curious what you need the money for. You don't have to tell me.
No, it's fine. I just I'm looking to buy someone's freedom.
Really?
Yeah, Mosca's got someone and in servitude, and I want to buy her freedom.
That's really sweet. And a lot deeper than I gave you credit for.
I don't spend, you know, I've been working really hard for the last, like, gosh, 5 cycles trying to save up the price. It seems so big a number, and now I'm staring it down, and it's just...
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Does this person know?
Yeah, she knows. She knows.
Does
Don't know.
Mosca know?
Yeah. I'm not entirely certain that he's going to give her up. I'm a little worried about that. His reputation kind of precedes him in the matter of losing. And I got the impression that he may have set the bar unrealistically high, thinking that I wasn't able to hit it.
Well, he's a greedy pig. If you offer him enough, he'll take it.
I suppose we'll have to see about that.
Well, but how close are you?
Really close. This payoff would actually put me over the top.
Well, then, I guess we better make sure we get it.
That'd be nice. Why are you here anyway? Why are you taking these jobs?
Are you kidding?
The money?
Oh, the money, yeah. But I don't want to do... She kind of gestures vaguely to the dancers. That. Been there, done that.
Oh, I was going to say, don't knock it if you haven't tried it.
Oh, it wasn't the dancing I didn't like.
Sia is really happy. Yeah, the customers, I guess, Sia doesn't like a lot of the customers that come through here.
Some of them aren't so bad. It's people you work with, I guess. Or for.
True.
But I don't have that problem anymore.
Good on you. You've certainly got skills that you put to good use.
You've got no idea.
No, I do, because you wiped me clean at that sabacc table.
Oh, that's just something I picked up.
Then I'm afraid of what you're actually really good at.
Oh, don't worry. I won't turn it on you.
Good. So how's that computering going?
I think Will must have just taken a bite of something.
Nice time.
Of course. I think I got most of the stuff. Most of the stuff loaded in here. Had to make some alterations, but I think I'm good to go.
Well, that's
I
good.
mean, the stock software they put in here is just atrocious.
I wouldn't know.
Lots of bloatware, all kinds of stuff you had to get rid of.
I don't know what he's talking about most of the time, to be honest.
No, me neither. Because I mean, like, I tear apart busted down colony ships 2 levels down. That, like, there's no software there. It's all hardware.
I think it'll be good. How much longer we have before we have to do the job, or we're waiting the call?
I don't know. I guess we just go whenever we're ready.
He was supposed to call us, wasn't he, Rich? Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's not so bad. I guess we can just chill here.
I was
Well-
hurriedly updating NPCs to our little.
Well, that's
list
okay.
there.
I just wanted to make sure we had the right information here.
Yeah, you guys, what you've been told to do is lay low for maybe a day until he's able to basically gather up all his people. So early tomorrow is the plan. You have time to do whatever it is you wish.
To chillax.
Well, if it's early tomorrow, then I'm just gonna enjoy this rill and.
Yeah, maybe take it easy on the drinks.
Well, enjoying the rill is the one drink, and then I'm out. Maybe get an early night.
You seem like kind of a lightweight, so
Kind of a lightweight. I had 2 shots of something that a Wookiee called turpentine, and I wove a lightsaber around a bar of mercenaries, pointed it at a crazed Trandoshan, and then walked out alive to tell the tale. I probably shouldn't even be drinking this.
probably not.
Did
But
you add some spice to it too?
Yeah, but I'm used to the spice.
The spice
It's not
they have
spice,
is
spice,
pretty
it's real
pretty
spice.
good quality.
What?
Oh, it's not that spice. It's
It's not that
seasoning
spice.
spice. Okay.
No, it's real.
Yeah, it's that spice.
is that spice?
It is that spice.
Got it.
There are lots of flavors of spice. This is one of the light intoxicant ones that are still grouped within the header of spice and therefore have a really bad rep.
Yeah, it's not pumpkin spice. We're not drinking Starbucks. This is the real
Yeah.
deal.
Well, I'm
It's like
Spice
nutmeg.
It's what?
It's like nutmeg, but hallucinogenic.
Nutmeg is hallucinogenic. No.
Give it off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you probably shouldn't be even drinking that.
It's all right. I'll be fine in the morning.
You're totally in a safe space. With people you trust, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really hope that a Trandoshan with eggs doesn't walk through the door, but
Yeah, you should watch out for her. She sounded like she was kind of pissy.
kind of pissy. She
Kind
was
of
going to
pissy.
shoot me.
Yeah. Sounds like she holds grudges, though.
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm hoping that doesn't come to fruition.
Well, just try not to cross paths with her.
Cool. Anything more you guys have in this scene?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Awesome.
Bonding.
I love it. It's a good moment. All right, so let's see. Deck, you did not get trashed, it seems. You were able to...
I scaled it back a little bit.
Nice. Nice. All right, awesome. So then we'll kind of do a little screen wipe, skillfully done, and we'll pick up with you guys looking. So let me talk real quick with you, Will, make sure we're on the same page. The way that I imagined that a heavy withdrawal of funds, even with the correct account information, that it would need to be done in an actual kind of banking or something that's got a real high security pass type of lock into the feed, right?
Okay.
So, I would
So I'm gonna
imagine
be
the
on site.
banking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Will.
I'm gonna have to be on site. In other words, not
Yeah.
remote.
So I was grabbing what I kind of like as far as like a look for. Come on, why are you doing that? Okay, thank you. Whoa, why are we not moved? Thank you. All right, computer. Love me, computer, please. Do what I ask. There we go. Awesome. So I imagine that kind of being like in a small bank type area. There's one on 1313. Doesn't see a whole lot of business because most everybody gets their money through loan sharks. or directly from wherever they work. But it has a number of automated tellers, which are the number threes, the auto tellers. There's kind of a waiting area. You swipe yourself in with approved identification. You sit down in an automated teller, and you can make whatever withdrawal or deposit that you wish. There's also, for hard currency, there is a safe. Of course, that's highly secure. And then the main computer area here, all of these are just terminals that feed into the main computer, which is, for most of these, it's basically nav computer, droid level intelligence to that. So splicing will be pretty difficult. If you get direct access to the computer, of course, it's going to be a little bit easier than having to go through a two-step of hitting the dumb terminal and trying to wire your way through there. It'll take you a bit of time. That's what I'm laying out as the most sensible way to do it. Unless you have a completely different picture of it, then feel free to share.
No, that makes sense. I was, as a player out of character, I didn't quite know how it worked. So that
it works that way because it
makes a
just
lot
said
of
it
sense.
out loud. But it could work totally different ways if you had better ideas.
No, that's good. It makes it, I think, gets more of us involved too. Having to actually go on site, it's more dangerous and thrilling. So
That's right.
let's go with that plan.
Otherwise, everything looks like Johnny Mnemonic. All bad CG. No, man, don't crash my board. It's my life.
Yep.
So Deck has another fantastic idea for a distraction.
I love decks of distractions.
Deck the Distractinator.
He's going to deposit the money the credits that he made the previous day.
Cool. Deck has.
He has a credit chip.
ID.
He has a credit chip with a password on it. He just wants to take the hard credits, move them to soft credits.
Makes great sense to me. That's legit. Like what you're doing to set this up is legit. Nice.
It's a new tactic.
I know, right?
Switching it up on me.
Just wait. There's gonna be booze, a Wookiee, and a lightsaber involved later. But for now, it's just this.
We start off with legit so that the craziness. Believe it or not, guys, as part of research for today's game, because we had someone who was a splicer and another person who was a gambler, I watched a movie on Netflix called Plastic. It is not an amazing movie, but it was pretty enjoyable. It's kind of a heist movie where half the movie takes place in Miami, but all of the characters are British. And I don't think they're actually in Miami. They just say, we're in Miami. But it's a pretty cool little movie. It's on Netflix. It's worth watching. If it doesn't grab you right away, then don't worry about it. But I had an interesting time. For young punks like in their 20s who are really, really good at fraud, like credit card fraud and stealing people's credit cards.
Cool beans.
They get involved with a guy who's way bigger fish than they are, and they're way over their heads. And what happens after that? Pretty cool.
Sounds familiar.
I'd never heard of it. I just wrote heist in the Netflix search terms, and that was one of the movies that came up. Actually, a heist movie, something called Heist came up, and then I clicked on that and looked for more like this, and that came out and thought, this looks interesting. So that's versus search through
Nice.
Netflix. That's how it works. Cool. So you guys receive the comm from Saul, and it says it's time. You guys need to hit it in the next hour because it's all going down. And in 1313, there's no one sees the sun, right? So there's false light, there's false day, there's night, and then there's false day. So this will be taking place in effectively, the early morning time period, where if you didn't know ahead of time, most people from Moscow's organization are probably going to be a little sleeping / hungover and the like, and Saul was able to mobilize his people and get them ready to do the wet work that you so casually refused, and the warehouse hits that you didn't want to worry about either. But there's going to be a lot of tumult in 1313, and at the end of this, there will have been a lot of violence. The Republic Security Bureau which used to be the Imperial Security Bureau, but then the Empire went down, and a lot of the guys, they just basically changed their badge. Like, they scratched out Imperial, they kind of wrote in Republic. Kept doing what they were doing down here in 1313, which is pretty much nothing unless you bribe them to do otherwise. Unless there's things like fire in the streets, which is going to be happening this morning, along with
fun.
With your withdrawal. There are going to be swoop drive-bys, guys. There are going to be spice warehouses that get blowed up.
And we're going to a bank during a riot.
Yes.
This is a wise decision that we've made.
Yep.
It always is.
So I need to take a quick break before we go, so we're going to do like a quick 5-minute break, and then we will finish this off in fun, frivolity Star Wars action.
Okay.
See you guys at 5. I've been drinking a lot of flavored water, and I realized before we get into this combat, I should take a quick break.
Bio breaks are a thing.
They are a thing. Cool. All right. So thanks. Now what we have is the last chapter is like a teeny tiny chapter. our middle act in this 3-act structure was pretty long. So what we're going to have you guys do is we're going to pick up with the scene of you trying to use the codes and account information to pretty much pull all of Mosca's money out. You get to split 3 ways 1% of the total take, and that's going to be a lot of credits. But then it means that you're also going to need to find a way to securely get those credits to whatever cred sticks, and it's just a little bit of worry about that as well, because Mosca's probably not going to take this lying down. Wait, he's a Hutt. Maybe he will. On a divan, a floating divan or something like that. All All right, cool. So let's lay it out. We have Dex start off is that he was going to go in and legitimately do some transfers of credits. What is the position? Like, what's the plan for Aola and Tal?
Ella could come in on Deck's arm.
So let me get. I was trying to unmute myself. It was not working. So let me get this right. So Tal basically just has to. We have the account numbers and stuff, so he just has to basically grab them and transfer the money.
Yeah, here's the deal. Like, if you didn't care about leaving any kind of trail, you could just walk into this bank and take that money. But to do it, you're going to have to use somebody's legitimate identification, and that entire transfer is going to be tagged to them.
Right.
So the smarter way to do it would be, and also, if it's legit, you're going to know exactly where it went to. So the plan is to splice into it using enough of the details to kind of grab those funds and then dump them off into some areas that Saul's designated that's a bit more secure.
Right. So I just wanted to make sure, basically, all Tal has to do is walk in and sit down at a computer terminal.
If he wants to sit at a terminal, he can do that. If he wants
It
to
will
try
be
to get
harder for him, though,
Yes,
because he's got a
more difficult.
2-stage hack.
Thank you.
So what's Tal doing then?
Yeah.
So I don't need to go in the building to do the hack.
I think you do, right? So let's take a look. Because I'm trying to think of like how I would secure a bank, and I would think that this is not going to have like an outside line where you could just go stand right outside the bank and
It's all a private internal Ethernet kind of thing.
I like those words.
What's 2 on your map?
Oh, 2 is the main computer.
Okay.
So 1's the safe, 2 is the main computer. Here are the auto tellers, and here's the waiting area. So this is that's the best place to splice. This is if you want to go here. These are dumb terminals that are feeding off of here. They're a little bit slower, but still rather fast. But it'd be a 2-stage hack. So it just increases your difficulty level. If you are super confident, then you can go here. There are, of course, guards here and here. And then there's a guard. Well, no, secured area here, so you actually can't even get in unless you're able to present identification. You can come in and work on these auto tellers. Got a teller behind the desk here that kind of keeps track of everything. It's almost like, you guys ever been to like a Walmart where you have the auto checkout areas? There's that one person who just like hangs out, mostly looking at their phone until one of the checkout areas don't work, which is like all the time. And then walk over and they unlock it. Yep. That's what that person does. And then there's actually a guard who keeps watch over Station 2. I think it would be cool if this guard were, I think maybe we'll go, what do you guys think? A droid? Should we not have a droid? I don't know. A security droid would be kind of interesting, but then having like some kind of thuggish species that's dressed nicely would be amusing to me too.
Just be aware that droids are lightsaber fodder.
Ooh, it's a droid.
Yes.
So I just need to sit in one of those cubicles, pull out my computer, and start hacking into their thing to...
You can do that. Yeah, you can totally do that. Just so we're clear, if you don't want to go up to the main computer, then you can hack into one of the terminals. Just make sure you do it kind of secretly, and the difficulty will be higher.
I want to try to do the easiest, the lower, the 3, I guess. Do the 1-step option. But
okay. Wait. The easiest? I want to make sure I'm clear, because I feel like I'm not communicating very well. So the main computer is the easiest to hack, to splice. Your difficulty number to splice into that and do what you want to do will be lower.
Okay.
You can go to the auto teller, which means that if nobody's watching you and you're that good of a splicer, then you can pull it off and you won't be like you're not gonna have to deal with a droid. You don't have to deal with any of the extra security because you just, hey, I'm guy going in, working on my teller stuff, and you kind of mask it through, but you're going to have to splice through a terminal, which then feeds into the main computer. So you're going through 2 layers of security, higher difficulty numbers. So the easier thing for actually the splice or roll, the easier thing is hacking into the main computer. The safer might be going through the terminal.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that clear?
And the terminal are the 3s, the little cubicles.
Correct.
Okay.
You want me to send you the screenshot?
I did, but for some reason Google sometimes doesn't share the screenshot for me for some reason. It takes a while, it lags. I did get to see it before it disappeared. So the 3s, the desks that are lined up, the left and right side of the picture, the
Right.
harder to splice but easier to be not noticed. And the one up at the top is the easier. I think I just reversed it.
Yeah,
It's easier to hack the main terminal,
Yes.
but it'll be easier to stay unnoticed at the slave terminals,
Yes.
or whatever they're called. Dumb terminals. Nah.
Words.
Words.
I am
So
making it
is your
fitting.
plan.
I think I'm going to go with easier, less likely to be noticed. So the
Yeah.
3s along the sides of the building.
Perfect. So Deck is going to go up and distract the front end. What kind of security do they have in the waiting area?
The security they have in the waiting area is cameras, and that's it. So just like there are a bunch of cameras here.
Could he disable the cameras?
We could.
That would be good.
That would be really smart. I am currently uploading the picture, and we'll share it with you guys when I figure out where my web page is.
Okay.
I'm trying to put easy hack and easy hide. Hopefully that makes more sense than all the blathering I gave you earlier. Cool. So what's the plan here?
So yeah, I think probably the best thing to do is for Aola to go up with Dak.
All right.
And then while Dak's making his completely legitimate transaction, she can be keeping an eye on.
Stop calling it that. You make it sound so wrong. It is a totally legitimate transfer.
It's a completely legitimate transaction. It's fine. So while he's doing that, Aola can be a second pair of eyes and keep an eye on what the droid's doing and any other teller camera situations as best she can.
I love it. This is cool. All right. There you go. I've just dropped in the chat the little picture thing. Hopefully that clears it up. If not, I apologize.
Nope, that sums it up perfectly.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so the plan is that all 3 of you will be in the automated teller area, sitting at different terminals. That they're doing legitimate business, but there is backup. Ale is sitting with Tal, and Tal is going to bring up his brand spanking new computer that is not colored red but has some cool stickers and all the awesome programs that he's installed during his all-nighter. And Tal is going to try to hack through the automated teller into the main computer to make the transfer and basically pull all of Mosca's money out of the funds that you have access to.
I don't think any of that was right, Rich. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Deck can't be in the automated teller area because he's got hard credits, and that's his completely legitimate transaction.
All right, hard credits. There we go. So Deck is headed up to the desk to talk to the one living being who actually works at this bank.
And is probably legitimately surprised that anyone is showing up at all.
Yeah, that's fair. And Aeola's going up with him because she wants to get a drop on the droid and or teller in case they notice something's wrong.
This plan is so much better than what I thought. Instead of going, yeah, whatever you say, Rich, even though that's not what we said. Awesome.
That's fine. You were arting.
And
It's fine.
I was trying to artify and not listening. My listening skills are poor.
And I'm going to be hacking, but I'm going to be ready to shut off the cameras should things go wrong.
Things are going to go wrong when you go up to a teller, and like, I would imagine that the wrongness will happen like soon. I would think, yeah.
Okay.
So you should be ready to do that. Awesome. This is a great plan, and so let's see here. What's a cool Star Wars species that we should have here? Now, what do you think of Chiss? Whenever I think of financial stuff, I always think of the Chiss, right?
All right.
I will take your word for it.
It's okay. They're blue people.
I know that.
Oh.
I know they're blue, but the Chiss in our game was a Jedi, so that's all I know. That's it. That's all I got. And his mother tried to kill us. All I know.
Was his mother also a Jedi?
No, she was like one of those people that hunt down Jedi and murder them.
Nice.
They did not get along.
There are people, like there's an entire species that hunt down Jedi? That's kind of cool. I want to be that species.
I don't know.
Okay, I am trying to find a cool picture of a Chiss. I have found the most awesome picture of a Chiss. I love this picture of a Chiss. He looks so surly. Oh, this guy's totally bored to be working here. Awesome. Here we go. Here's the Chiss who's working
Yeah.
behind the counter. Oh, man, that's the best ever. I love that guy. Cool.
So
So
good.
let's see. That's the best name. The best look for a
This is
surly.
the prettiest boy that could be working in 1313.
I would work in a bank too if I looked like that in 1313. I'm just saying.
His name is Tata. You know
He
that
has a little name
because
tag that says
it's like a name plate at his desk.
That's right. That's right.
This is a bank. This is very bankish. Cool. All right. So the three of you walk in, and Aeola, your deck's back up, but you're what? Like, what's your role? Like, how do you portray?
I am. What am I pretending to do?
Mhm.
Basically, I'm just accompanying Duck.
Nice.
He's here for the transaction. I am along with him.
Do you have? Okay. So when you guys walk in, you have this kind of open waiting room, which has a few chairs and couches. It's nice. It's like doctor's waiting room kind of type area with a couple of data pads with a little thing. Please do not take. So you can read on the data pads.
So
And
cute.
there's an actual there's a door that will it's glass. You can see inside, see all the automated tellers inside the bank, and you do need to swipe an ident or a verified cred stick is good enough. So then Deck can do that. So you kind of head in. Tal, are you hanging back? Or are you just trying to make sure I get the sequence right because I've already screwed up once?
Probably wait, a couple minutes to give him a chance to get in.
Okay.
Unless maybe I'm already there first.
I don't know. You tell me. It
Come
sounds
in
a
after.
brilliant plan. I love it.
I'll come in after. Give him a chance so we're not all walking in together.
Okay. So Deck and Aeola, the two of you walk in together. Deck swipes his cred stick, and you start walking through. There's just because it's fun. There's a Toydarian you recognize, and he's sitting at the terminal, and he's making withdrawal because you cleaned him out, and he looks over and is like, you.
Are together.
Do what?
We're together.
You guys are together. Awesome. So he'll look you be like, He'll kind of fly away. He starts heading for the door. Do you do anything about the fact that the Toydarian has made you?
Well, I can't kill him.
Well, you could, but
I
it's a
mean,
tragedy.
yeah,
You
I
could totally kill
could,
him.
but it's not really worth it. No.
Yeah, not really worth it. I have a feeling we won't be welcome back in that joint anyway. So
Yeah, give it time.
Don't forget. Most of the guys who would be upset are probably going to die in warehouse fires soon.
good.
Awesome. So you head past the other automated tellers, right up to the front. You see Tata Bintz is the name. And Tata, and it actually says underneath, it says, Vice President.
Who's the president?
Oh, the president is like the president of the actual bank. It's like president and then vice presidents. There are like thousands of them. You have to be executive level to run a bank, and this is technically a bank. So Tata, who is way down on the family totem pole, got this job in 1313 working at the automated teller bank. So he sits up when you guys come in. He says, hello, gentle beings. Can I help you?
I'd like to make a deposit. And I slam the bag of credits down on his desk. Well, not slam, but
He like
Have to
opened his mouth up
demonstrate.
to say the automated tellers are right over there in a very practiced manner, and then you slam these credits, and he's like, "Oh, very well." And then he'll kind of dump it. He's got a little I think he's got like an automated teller, like cred checker type deal, and he starts feeding it into the credit machine. And all these sums start coming up as it's kind of automated. And then over in the corner near I'm gesturing, but off to your right, you're looking and you see there's a battle droid, like one of the super battle droids, like the badass ones that got a gun for an arm type deals,
Yeah.
like a newer model of that because it's been about 60 years. Well,
That's friggin' intimidating.
yeah. It's badass. BA. It's totally awesome. As my son would say, it's OP. It's totally overpowered. Yeah, and it's got this glowing kind of Cylon red eye type deal. Yeah, we'll do the Cylon red eye. Yeah.
Okay.
And he just pulses back and forth. Looks all super intimidating and clean. And so he'll work on counting up the thing. It's like, okay, it looks like here you had a total of 1,832 credits. Do you have the stick where we'll be making the deposit, sir?
I do. I'll pull it out.
Good. I guess, the money he plugs that in, he starts moving the transfer, and you see there's a little reader on the data transfer into your cred stick there, and then he takes the bag and he'll say, okay, well, he takes that out. He goes, here you go, minus the very small transaction fee, and I'll be moving this back into the bank. Is there anything else that the two of you need help with?
How can I verify that this cred stick is safe?
Nice. Okay, cool. So that's good. That's your good little delay tactic then. So now we cut to Tal walking in. Tal, are you using your own? How are you getting through the secure area into the automated teller area?
I'm using a forged, I guess, ID or data stick.
That is awesome. I am so happy you said that because I'm sure it'll go well. All right. Let's see. What makes is this a computer engineering role?
Probably so.
Fake idea or security? I think it's security.
I know I have security codes under perception, but I imagine that's probably hacking them.
You're coming up with a fake
forgery.
identification, so I would think that might be security related. Yeah. Does that feel fair?
I'm good with that. It's one of my
All right.
specializations under forgery, so.
Oh, you have forgery stuff?
Yeah, I have forgery, and then I specialize in security codes themselves.
Holy shit, that's so much better. I'm sorry, I was focused on computing engineering part of your sheet. So this is absolutely security codes under forgery because that's exactly what you're doing. I'm going to put this as difficult.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, for your successful work on WAGs, I'm giving everybody 2 character points. So there you go. All right, so this is going to be a difficult roll. Difficulty is 16, and remember, this is just to get into the automated teller area.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're rolling 4D plus 2.
Yeah, 4D plus 2. Okay, we'll just go with that. Ooh,
Nice!
first one.
Your wild die was the first one, so that's a 6. You get to roll again. All right, do some quick math there. It looks
14.
like 14. What?
14 plus 2.
Exact squeak. It's so nice, awesome. So there's like a moment where you can see the little readout kind of processing, and then the doors slide open and you head in, you slide into a terminal, and you pull up your little computer, you start working on the hack. Meanwhile, we come back and the chiss is like, well, sir, this is a secured cred stick. I could show you on my cred stick reader the amount that you've just deposited.
No, I don't dispute that you've put the money on the cred stick, but what protects my cred stick from theft?
Well, all right. So we cut back to Tal. He's like remembering his manual. Okay, so we cut back to Tal. No, I'm cutting this for time because I've run a little long. I apologize, guys. So I'm going to call this a very difficult roll, and it would have been just like straight up difficult, but it's a very difficult roll going through the dumb terminal, even though you have the security codes to set this up. So you're going to need a 22 to get there. Yeah, it's freaking hard.
There's no assistance roll, is there?
I don't think so. Like, when I looked through this sucker, I did not see anything that was assistance related.
All right.
Okay, you have character points.
And yeah, I'm going to use a character point. This is the computer programming slicing kind of thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm adding 1 character point, so it makes it 60.
Here.
And wow. Okay. 10, 20, 30.
Holy crap!
I rolled all high.
That's fucking insane. I'm just whoa.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Awesome. So, what's it look like? You got the dumb terminal, which is just kind of a locked-in, really simple-looking machine, and then you've got your cool, shiny new computer. Like any quick effects that we see here as Tal's transferring over these funds?
I have it. I set my computer in and plug it into theirs, and then have like an overlay on mine, so it looks like their readout. So it looks like I'm just working off of their menu system, but it's actually doing the hack behind that. But the overlays cover the actual actions that are happening on the screen.
So let me ask you this question, Tal. Are you actually going to dump all the money, like you doing this 100% like Saul set up, or are you feeding anything into a little pocket of your own?
Oh. His payout is going to be good, so I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to do anything versus him.
1%. It's good money, but you're transferring tens of thousands of credits.
Oh.
You're seeing the numbers just zip by, man.
Oh, goodness. I think... And is this... This is all coming from Muska's accounts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any accounts that Saul is not having me tap?
It's a bank. So if you wanted... There are none that you have codes to. But, I mean, you're in a hack. You're in right now. You could maybe kind of sneak over and just steal random money, but you're not sure which accounts go to whom. They're just numbers with credit value.
Oh.
I mean, it could be like some other nefarious person. It could
Please
be
don't steal from me. That's all I'm saying.
It could be a charitable organization.
That would be... Yeah, I think I just a little off of each of the other little accounts. Well,
so wait, you want to?
No, it's going to be noticed.
Do you want to skim off of Mosca's from what's feeding into Saul, or do you want to just grab?
No, I don't want to touch Saul's because I don't want Saul to think I skim twice because I want that to go through.
But
I'm going to pick a different account, maybe so it's not noticed, but
Okay.
$1 from every account?
$1.
That is
Yeah, a single credit.
okay. Cool. It's like you're taking all the half pennies that we should do.
Right.
Program
Half
that gets all
penny,
the half pennies.
that'll add up, and
All the half credits. Yeah, everything was rounded down. You just like scoop that all in. No one will ever know. That's amazing. So cool. So you do not like what was Mosca's is now Saul's through Saul's like little hidden accounts.
Mm-hmm.
However, because you're broken in, and you definitely want to skim something. You're skimming off randomly. Maybe everyone in Coruscant. Okay, cool. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's great.
So that also I weren't targeting only Mosca, right? No.
They're
Sure.
just a
It's just
credit.
$1 from every person. It's fine.
There are trillions of people on Coruscant.
The sad thing is it's off of one roll of 30. Like, this is the most insecure banking system ever
The
created.
thing is, it was one of the most secure, and he just annihilated it.
Hey, I told you those quad Ryler processors were flawed.
It's like, that's great. You've got a Dell now, dude. You went up from a This is the best. It looks like it worked, and the transfers from Mosca's to Saul's accounts have completed. And you get a little bing, and you got a little command prompt there, like, what do you want to do next, boss? What do you do?
I guess I did the extra credit from everywhere else in my credit stick.
Sure.
Is that feasible to put it in the cred stick or put it into an account that I can access at another point?
I think your cred stick is only set up to hold a certain amount of credits, so maybe you filled that up, and if you want to pour everything else into an account to try to access later, then you can do that.
How greedy do I want to be? Man.
Won't be greedy.
Yeah, okay. I'm greedy. I'm trying to set up a good life for Ayla so she never has to go back to dancing, so yeah, I did it.
So you're
Okay.
buying a planet or two?
Sure.
Your credits capped out at 25,000 credits, and you're not sure how much ended up in the account at this time, but you can come back and it's a lot of zeros.
Okay.
So it looks like it's done. What do you do?
I try to back out quietly out of the system, and then pack up my gear and just kind of walk out and tell Ayla through Liku that we need to leave quickly.
Going. So we have Ayla's like turned around and she's like maybe she's looking at herself in a mirror or something like that. And
If she's doing that thing where, because clearly like there's this business happening between Deck and the teller, so she's doing that thing where she's kind of leaned up against the counter with her back to it and her elbows on it, like looking bored.
Nice. Cool. Meanwhile, Tata has a data pad up and he's like breaking down how the banking system works. And it's been a long conversation. He's getting really excited about it because he studied this just recently before he graduated academy. So yeah, he's very thorough. Deck just walking you through how the secure credit stick works and how you know that it's secure. All those other things is very couched in the banky, touchy-feely language of how we take your security very seriously here.
He's so adorable. I kind of want to let him finish.
Yeah, you think he's mostly done, but it could be a bit longer when you get the sign from Tal.
Okay.
And Tal makes his way out.
So once he's kind of cleared the waiting area, she'll turn to Deck and be like, I'm bored.
So,
Okay, well, thank you for that. Thanks for the explanation. I feel much better now. Much safer with my credits. That's great. All right. Well, see ya.
Excellent. Have a great afternoon. It was a pleasure serving you, Deck Tanoko.
It was a pleasure being served by you. Tata Benz.
He grabs a little bag and he'll start walking back towards the actual vault to deposit. And you guys could make your way out, and that will be like. Do we have any like closing moments for the three of you, or we just kind of cut with you walking out of the bank?
I don't know. Are you coming back next week, Adam?
I don't think so.
Sad. We better wrap up your little.
My little
Yeah,
arc
wrap
then.
up your little thing.
Okay. Well, what happens? I mean, there's all this money kind of floating around.
Well, let's epilogue. You tell me what you've got more than enough money from doing this job to where you could pay off. But I mean, I'll let you epilogue a little bit, and then I may adjust.
Actually, let's do this. For the sake of keeping it open-ended, just in case I can make an appearance at some point or another. Deck gets his payout, and it's more than enough for him to pay off the, Kalina's debts and all that, and free her, and set himself up and her with a ticket out of 1313. Which, frankly, given everything that's gone down in the past 48 hours, probably not a bad idea. And so the final scene of his will be him walking into... what's his name again?
Saul or Mosca? Like
Mosca the Hutt's den with a bag of credits, the amount that he said he needed, and he will attempt to buy Kalina with Mosca's own credits.
That's ballsy. I love it. Very cool. So that would be the kind of final scene for Deck in his vignette. That is our game session. Thank you so much, Adam, for coming in as a guest player. We hope that you get to come back because
It was my pleasure. It was a lot of fun. I laughed my ass off the whole time.
If only Tal had failed his role, you might have used that lightsaber on a giant super. Cool. Well, thanks everybody. We will be playing next week, and we'll be playing all the way up until Star Wars Force Awakens is released. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback, please do let us know. Comments in the YouTube video for this, and do subscribe if you'd like to see more games from awesome gamers like the Intercontinental Group of Awesome that I didn't really introduce because we want to jump into the action more or less. So cool. Have a good afternoon, everybody.